Welcome to GrumpyMan's Reviews. Today I'm reviewing the OGMAPLE, I think it's pronounced like that, car dash cam. You get two cameras, one for the rear and one for the front. This was very kindly provided to me by the manufacturers in exchange for an honest review. They didn't ask me to say anything. Quick look at the packaging, some information on this side. So the front camera is 1296, full HD, G sensor, loop recording. It's got the usual. Some more information on this side. You can see it's got a 2-inch screen. The actual dash camera itself is not touch screen. Some more specifications there. You could pause the video if you want to carry on reading them. Okay, let me get everything out and I'll place it on the table. This is everything included with the dual dash cams. First thing I'll show you, they even include a SIM ejector tool, which is quite good actually. That's if you want to reset the camera, if you mess about with settings and stuff. They call this the crowbar. This is used for if you want to install the wiring, which is a lot of cable there, into your headlining of the car. You can use this, or if you use a suction cup or something sticky, you can just pry it out with this. Well, that's what I used it for anyway. The dash camera can be mounted two ways, either on your dashboard or onto your windscreen. Now, if you do mount it onto the dashboard, you just leave it as so the screen's facing this way. Now, you will have a setting in the screen where you can rotate the image. It's very important you rotate the image, or else the image will be upside down. Like when I first used the dash cam, I forgot to rotate. It even states in the manual that rotate the image. I didn't rotate it. I was thinking, how the hell am I going to install this at the top of my windscreen, because I didn't want to put it on my dashboard. So I had it like it were, how was it facing? Yeah, it was facing like that. So the image I've got of that, it was upside down. However, of course, when I show you, I'll flip it around in my editing software. But if you have it on your windscreen, make sure to rotate the image around. This is also a camera. It takes 12 megapixel photos. I will be including some sample shots in, but when I took them on the standard setting, which were 3 megapixel, and they did come out quite good. The rear camera not so good, but the front camera did come out so good. So that mat is for if you're going to place it at the dashboard. That bracket would also fit on there like that. They've got a bracket there that goes on top of there, and then you can move it in different angles. It's got some stickies there, and it's got two little screws there if you do want to mount the rear camera on your car number plate. But I wouldn't advise that because it will fall off. They've got another little sticky part there. Suction cup. And then, well, yeah, I'll show you the instruction manual there. It's also known as AM100 series. I will leave a link in the description box below if you want to pick this up. By the way, this dash cam, it only cost £40 at the time of making this video when I checked it, and you'll see the images for yourself. It's really detailed there. It's explaining what tools what and how to use the dash cam, what you could do with the different mode buttons. It accepts an SD card of up to 32 GB. He also says make sure the dash cam is off when you're inserting the SD card or when you're removing it, and it's just showing how you can install it into the headlining and stuff. But I didn't do that. I just put it on like, you know, like this, because obviously I was doing a test sample. I will install it in properly later on. This little cable here, you get a full size to a mini USB cable. That's for transferring data over to your PC or your iPad or iMac. The main cable, that of course would go into the USB port on the dash cam. That would go into the 12-watt cigarette lighter, and it also has a USB charging port available. So if you do want to still charge your phone, you can charge it. This is the rear camera. As you can see, there's a lot of cable there, goes into different positions, however you want to install it. Now, I had it installed, when I show you the footage, I had it installed at the back of my windscreen. Now, my windscreen is already, you know, tinted from factory when you receive the rear glass. Well, on most of the cars now, they're tinted. And I had it, and I think I had it too high up, or I must have not got the positioning right. When you see the footage, I'll tell you now, the rear footage isn't as good because I don't know whether my windscreen was dirty or the way I have mounted the camera, but in any case, it wasn't as good. So it's got some more cable in there. That cable, that end would go into port there. That's for the rear camera, and then this wire would connect onto there. So you've got your rear camera there. The main dash cam, you can see it there. That's the lens. 140 degrees. Now on the box it says it's 170 degrees, but on the on the Amazon it says 140, and inside there it says 140. So I'm going with the 140 degrees angle, and it's got 4 infrared lights, so you get a good night vision. Microphone on this side, HDMI port there, USB. That is your menu button, so you keep pushing that. You can go into, it's got 4 menus. Also, if you're in a menu and you want to back out quickly, you just push the button and it'll back out. That's the mode button, so you could select either camera or you could select photo. As I mentioned, it takes up to 12 megapixel pictures, or you could push it again and it will go into the viewing mode. So what you've recorded, you can view that, and then push it again, and then of course it'll go back into recording mode. Power on off. As soon as you, if you've got everything connected into the car, as soon as you start the car, it will start recording. And if you don't want it to record straight away, you press the OK button. If you do want it to carry on recording, you just leave it. Once you turn the car off, it will automatically cut off. OK button, that's obviously to make the selections. Arrow up, down. On this side, that's the port there for the rear camera. SD card slot. I've got a SanDisk 32 GB SD card in. As I mentioned in my previous videos, do use a good SD card, because you don't want to use something cheap and then it doesn't work properly. Reset, so push it in and you'll give it a little reset. Of course, it records audio as well. And at the bottom, that's where's it gone? To mount it, that would go, this bit would go in like so, and then that bit would go onto the suction cup, and then you can mount it, or of course if you want to mount it onto the dashboard. Okay, let me turn it on now and then I'll run you through the different functions. Okay, so I'm going to power it up with a power bank for now. I've got the USB cable, I plug it in. OGMAPLE, there we go, it's on. So it started recording, I want to stop it. You've got your record symbol, 3 minutes, so that's loop recording, how long you want to record it. You've got an option between 3 to 5, I think, and 10 or something. I'll show you that when I go into the menu. WDR, that's HDR, good quality. That's your time. The quality, so it's 1296. You can also drop it down to 1080p if you so wish to. And that's the memory card in, that's its charging. And then it's got the date stamp there. Microphone, you can turn the microphone on off. So if I were to push the M button again, that now has gone into photo mode. So it's got it's auto ISO, auto white balance. I was actually shocked at seeing that at this price point, a dash cam including all that in. That symbol is telling you it's in the photo mode now. Anti-shake as well. Now this is on 3 megapixel. That's why when I took the picture, I took them at 3 megapixel, but you can of course choose to take it up to 12 megapixel. That's in case you're involved in an accident, but most people have their mobile phones now. Mobile phones have really good cameras, but if ever you're out without your mobile phone and you do want to take some pictures, you can take them on this as well. Again, it's telling you the star rate in there and then the SD card. So if you push it again, it'll play back what you've recorded. So as soon as I turned it on, as I mentioned, when you turn it on, it starts recording. So it's giving me an option there. So if I just press OK, it'll play. When I push that, it's gone back to the start of the menu. Okay, now if I push the menu button at the top here, where it's giving me different options now. So you control it, arrows up and down. So if I go to video resolution, I press OK, 1296, and then if I go down, 1080p full HD. You can only control the front camera, the rear camera. You can't control the settings on that. You could even go to 720p and stuff. And then to back out of it, as I mentioned, you just push the menu and it'll completely back you out right to the start. You carry on, you've got loop recording. If you push OK, you could turn it off 3 minutes, 5 and 10. Now, the loop recording, it'll carry on recording you until the micro SD card's full, and once it's full, it will start recording again. It also has the G sensor, so if you're involved in an accident, it will lock that file, which is a good feature to have on any dash cam. That's quite important. You just push OK, you've got back out. Capture mode, WDR. It's got motion detection, so if you put the motion detection on, if someone comes near your car, of course it will start recording. Audio, you could turn audio on off, and we're on menu 2 or 4 now. It's got 4 menus. You've got your data stamp, G sensor. By default it's on medium. Yeah, I've left it on medium. Turn it off. Then you've got your image here. This is where you could control your photo. So 3 megapixel. If you keep going down to 1.2, that 12 megapixel, that's the highest. So I push OK, leave it on 12. Image quality, leave it on normal. Language, date, timestamp. Now we're on the third one. This is set, so auto power on off, parking mode, bleep, backlight, and the image rotate. That's the one where I was telling you, if you mount it on your dashboard, you're okay, but if you do mount it on your screen, because obviously the dash cam's got to go like so when it's on the screen. So make sure to rotate the image, because I forgot to rotate mine. That's important. And then format. And when you first insert the card, the manufacturers do recommend, and every manufacturer of a dashcam I think recommend, format the SD card. It's important. Really simple to use actually. Build quality is decent as well. So what I'll do now is I'll play you the footage, and I'll include the photos in there as well. So I'll include the daytime footage, some nighttime footage I've recorded. I'll do both. I'll write in there which is the front camera, which is the rear camera. Okay, there you go. That was the footage of the OGMAPLE dashcam. As you've seen there, the front camera is really good. The rear one, not so good. But for the price, for £40, you ask yourself the question, does it have loop recording? Yes, it does. Does it have G sensor, which is very important? So it locked the recording. You can show that to the police or the insurance company if you're involved in an accident. For the price, I think this is a great product. My friends, as always, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.